In this video, we'll talk about how to get around in your courses. First, let's enter a course. We'll hover over the courses link here and click on the course that we want to view. Okay, here we are in a demo course. And your course homepage will look fairly similar to the one that we see here. The banner image might be different depending on which department the course belongs to, but the basic components of the course homepage will be the same. The course homepage has 4 basic components. Like what we had on the dashboard, we still have the global navigation menu on top of the screen, and we have the course tools menu on the left, and the course content right in the middle, and we'll have a dynamic sidebar that has various course updates on the right hand side. And on the course tools menu, you'll recognize the tool that you've probably been using for years, such as syllabus announcement, assignment, grades, and you can set up your courses by going to the settings link. From the course setting tool, you can switch to a student view of the course, and as a test student, you can see a course as your students see it. You can check how your lecture pages or quiz or grades look like from a student perspective. This will be really useful while you are preparing a new session. To leave student view, click the blue button at the lower right corner of the page. Did you notice that some links are in light gray color? Well, the gray color indicates that these links are only visible to you as an instructor. Your student won't see or access the things in gray color. So for example, the files folder link here is in gray color, and that means your student won't see this link on their course tools menu. If we go to the files folder as an instructor, you'll see the folder has a lock icon next to it. The lock icon means that students can view content linked in here, but they cannot actually go into the file structure and see things like exam questions. In fact, the files folder in all online courses will be grayed out and locked. This way, you can have some privacy over your course files and don't have to worry about files being downloaded or changed by your student. Now, let's imagine you just started teaching a new course. What do you want to find out first? Probably who's enrolled in your course, right? Well, you can find out who's in your course by clicking the People's tool. You'll find a lot of useful information on the People's page, such as student profile, contact information, and their performance data. So the People's link is where you find your course members. Okay, let's go back to the course homepage by clicking the home link on the course tools menu. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll find some useful updates on your courses, as well as some course tools. The tools available on the sidebar will change dynamically as you browse different pages in a course. So far, we talked about where to find tools, how to find people in your course. Now, let's talk about where the content is. The content is right in the middle of your page. Our online course typically start with the welcome module, where you and your student can watch a orientation video and introduce each other. If your course has a required textbook, you'll have a folder called Textbook e-Reserves, which provide up to 25% of the textbook in PDF format for students. Following the welcome module and the textbook e-Reserves, you'll have a number of weekly modules, depending on how long your course will be. The content in our online courses are all organized by weekly modules. What's nice about weekly module is that it has a learning path that your weekly lecture and learning activities will follow through, so the learning path is a key to your student learning. So we want to make sure that the weekly learning path is clear, interactive, and fun for students. Now let's enter a weekly module to check out what it looks like. The first page that you'll see in the module is the start page, which basically welcomes students into a new weekly module and remind them of important weekly tasks. And to move on to the next page, we can click on the next button, and the next button will tell you which page you are moving on to, and we can use the next and previous buttons to go back and forth within a weekly module. As we move forward in week 1 module, you can see that after the start page, we'll see an overview page, a series lecture notes linked by a learning path, and activities page, actual activities, and a stop page. This page reminds you and your student that at this point you have reached the end of week 1. Have you noticed that there's a link called C4 Course Sequence underneath the next button? The link will open a backdoor for you to view all the lecture pages and the activities in your course. And the full course sequence can help you prepare your courses in a number of ways. First, you can check if the learning paths of your course lectures make sense. Second, you can rearrange the pages and activities by drag and drop if you need to. And you can quickly jump into any pages in your course from this course sequence page as well.